Okay, so you're already picturing it, right? Fresh powder, perfect bluebird days, and you're hitting the squat rack hard to get ready. But what if I told you the single most important muscle for your ski season isn't in your legs at all? Let's get into it and uncover the key to unlocking your best season yet.
I mean, it's what we all hear, right? Skiing is all legs. So we do endless squats, lunges, leg presses, thinking that's the magic ticket to a great day on the mountain. But here's the thing, that mindset completely overlooks a massive and honestly a pretty dangerous part of the whole puzzle.
And don't just take my word for it. Dr. Bill Ray, who wrote Ski Ready in 12 Weeks, he doesn't mess around. He puts it about as bluntly as you can. The number one reason to focus on cardio is so we, quote, don't die on the slopes. Wow. So yeah, this goes way beyond just skiing better. We're talking about staying safe out there when you're really pushing it.
All right, so let's pull back the curtain on this unspoken truth of getting ski fit. Skiing is an incredibly demanding sport. It asks a lot of your body. Your legs can be as strong as tree trunks, but if your heart and lungs can't keep up, if they can't pump that vital oxygen to your muscles, you're going to burn out fast. And that's when things get risky. And that right there brings us to the absolute heart of the matter, pun intended, why your heart is so important on the mountain. We're talking about your cardiovascular fitness, your body's engine, really. Getting that engine tuned up is the secret weapon that's going to totally transform your entire experience on the snow.
So, okay, what do you actually get out of this? Well, the source material lays out 10, count them, 10 core benefits of cardio for skiing. Now, we're not going to list all 10, but let's jump into a few of the biggest ones, the ones you'll feel on every single run. You know the dream, right? Being on that first chair in the morning and still ripping strong, confident turns as the lifts are about to close. That's the first thing you'll notice. Your stamina just goes through the roof. No more tapping out at 2 p.m. because you're totally gassed. This is about skiing bell to bell. And what's happening under the hood here is something called muscular endurance. Simply put, cardio makes your muscles way more efficient. It pushes back that leg burn. It delays that feeling of exhaustion, which means you stay stronger for longer, run after run after run. Okay, and then there's the other huge elephant in the room, altitude. The higher you go, the thinner the air gets. Less oxygen in every breath. This is where a strong cardio system becomes an absolute game changer. Your body literally gets smarter. It learns how to use the oxygen it does get more efficiently, boosting red blood cells and improving blood flow. It makes every breath count. And you can see it right here. Look, at sea level, you've got all the oxygen you could want. But take a trip up to 10,000 feet and bam, look how much it drops. But here's the magic. That third bar, with a solid cardio base, your body's efficiency at using that limited oxygen skyrockets. That's the difference between feeling powerful and feeling like you're breathing through a straw. And it just keeps getting better. Seriously, think about it. Better cardio means less fatigue, which means better form, which means you're way less likely to get injured. You recover faster on the chairlift, so you're fresh for the next run. You can even learn new skills faster because you've got the energy to actually practice. Plus, you're building mental toughness and, getting healthier for the long haul. It's a win-win-win. All right, I'm hoping by now you're sold on why this is so important. So let's switch gears to the how. And the best part, you don't need some crazy expensive gym membership or a ton of gear. The source lays out a whole toolkit of exercises you can do pretty much anywhere. So here's a quick look at some of the best options, kind of grouped by what you've got access to. In the gym, hit the rower or the stair climber. At home with zero equipment, burpees and mountain climbers are your best friend. Love the outdoors? Hiking, running, cycling, it all works. The big takeaway here is to mix it up. Variety is key. Let's just take one of these as an example, the good old burpee. It's an absolute beast of a full body exercise. You just squat down, hands to the floor, kick your feet back into a plank, pop them back in, and then jump up. Yeah, they're tough, no doubt about it, but they are one of the fastest ways to get that heart rate up. Now, it's not just what you do, but how you do it. The source talks about two main styles of training. First, you've got HIIT, high-intensity interval training. Think short, all-out bursts of energy followed by a quick rest. Super efficient. Then you've got your classic steady-state cardio, just getting into a rhythm and holding it for a longer time. That's what builds your deep endurance base, and you really need a bit of both. Okay, so we've got the why and we've got the what. Let's put it all together into a real-world plan. This last part is your roadmap.
a straightforward 12-week game plan to get you totally dialed in for opening day. And here's how it breaks down. For the first 4 weeks, you're just building your foundation, nice and steady, moderate workouts. Then, in weeks 5 through 8, you start to turn up the heat. Introduce some of that HIIT we talked about, maybe add a little more time to your other sessions. And then the last month, it's all about getting to your peak. You focus on being consistent, maybe throw in some longer workouts, and most importantly, listen to your body. So if you boil this whole plan down, what are the absolute keys to success? It's really just 2 things. Number 1, consistency. You gotta stick with it. That's how you build real fitness. And number 2, variety. Keep mixing up those exercises. It keeps your body guessing, and just as important, it keeps you from getting bored. Which really brings us to the bottom line, the one big question you gotta ask yourself. This winter, when you click into those bindings, are you just gonna be surviving the day, or are you gonna be thriving? Because by putting your heart first, you're not just training for that first run of the day, you're training for that last epic, best run of the day.